Hey guys, welcome to another Bitter Butter Render Blender tutorial. Now in this tutorial, I'll be going through a short overview on how I recreated this awesome Baskin Robbins advertisement.
Introducing the Toasted Marshmallow Ghost Cup, hunted down at Baskin Robbins.
So here is my version. Okay, so without further ado, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and the notification button, and let's get on with the video. Okay, so first, to actually recreate an advertisement, we have to analyze the original one. As you can see, they've gotten a awesome, beautiful, colorful cloud storm background. Now, to do that, all I did was find a storm video with a lot of lightning from YouTube, and then I messed around in Premiere Pro to get a colorful look to it. And then I started creating the meshes itself. Now, creating the mesh wasn't that hard, especially there were only really just one mesh that I had to create, which was the cup. All I did was start off with a base shape, which was a cylinder, scaled it down to its original size, and then I added loop cuts, extruded faces, and then subdivided it a little, just like this. And then for the ice cream was actually appended from a Blender file that I downloaded off of this website. It's essentially an asset. And then I placed it on the cup and all. Okay, so now I actually had to start animating the cup. But I tried animating it by myself, but it didn't look the best. One thing I did to make it simple was I got the starting frame of the original advertisement where the ice cream cups actually started moving, and then I got the end frame where they stopped, and then placed the end frame first onto my camera, and then I moved the cups around to find the original place, and then I added a keyframe for all of them, and I did the same thing with the first frame by moving them around, just rotating them until I find the correct position, and then adding a keyframe. And then I kind of went around seeing the animations and then just messed around with the rotation and all. Just one thing you have to make sure is don't scale down the actual mesh to match the size in the video. In fact, just move it back and forth depending on how your scene is, because that's how parallax works in real life. If you scale it down, it won't look realistic. And then now the lighting was, the hardest part. So first, for the static lighting, just to get that base atmosphere, all I did was find parts of the video that were popping out, such as parts with bright colors, such as these few parts, and then all I did was add lights to them, move them back and forth in the scene to create depth, and then change the light color to the one of the video. So now what I had to do was actually create the lightning. Now the lightning was really hard, and that's because when you're doing the lightning, the original video only had a few lightnings, so you can actually place the light, animate them. But with this video, there were too many lightnings. So a thing that I did was kind of like a cheat way, was to just find the areas with the brightest lightnings and animate the light depending on that. To do that, all I did was add a big light, and then I scrubbed through the timeline, made the value 0 in the beginning, and then I animated that, and then went one frame forward to where it was just starting off. It wasn't full brightness, made it a little brighter, added a keyframe, went to where it was fully bright, added a keyframe, and then went to another frame where it was half dim, made it dim, and then so on for all the other lightnings. Okay, so once I've gotten that, now it was time for the texture. There were two parts to the texture. One, which was the base texture, which was really easy. Then adding the logo, which was a little hard. Actually, to do that, I'm just going to hop into Blender here and show you. So with the texture here, all I've done was I've increased the roughness a lot and also increased the specular to get the base texture. But then to actually add the logo, I added an image texture, opened up the logo, and then I added a mix RGB, plugged in the color to the bottom, and sampled this color as the subsurface color over here. Then as you can see, it looks really washed out. To fix that, all I did was plug in the alpha as the factor. And there you go, it's as simple as that. But once we've gotten the texture, we actually need to UV unwrap it. So to do that, we're going to head into the UV editing tab here and select the bunch of faces that we actually need to UV unwrap. As you can see, it was just a few faces that I've chosen, just like this. And then all I did was click U, Q project, just like so. Select all the faces and just scale it up. Just like that. Now with the other faces, all I did was, with the faces that were actually UV unwrapped, I selected those, clicked Ctrl I, and then selected all of them and scaled it down and moved it to a place where there was no texture, such as this. So for the red part, it was actually pretty easy. All I did was duplicate the texture and then change the color to red. Just like that. Now the main part was done. Now all we need to do is add the background to it. To do that, all I did was in the compositing tab over here. In the compositing tab, all I did was get the render layers over here, but also I added a alpha over, just like so, and then I added a movie clip. I opened up the original background that we created, and then plugged in the image on the bottom or the top. It depends on your seat. And then all I did was render it out. So once you've rendered it out, and if you realize that the background is over the render, or if you just can't see the render and can only see the background, all you have to do is simply swap these two around and it will be fixed. Okay, so that was it for today's overview. All you need to do is render this out and it will look awesome. So make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and the notification button, and comment down below if you want me to make more of these awesome recreations. So without further ado, I'll see you in the next one.